And Hawk goes Mountain King again, as we mentioned before on Last Refuge and Nomad Isles. He's a Mountain King fan, and otherwise he likes to play the Archmage. I think on Echo Isles he's going for the Mountain King as well.
Makes sense. We see it a lot. I'm not too sure about how Hawk plays, though, I have to admit. And question about the next live game. It's not gonna be today. Today was unfortunately only one game. Next live game is gonna be tomorrow at well, it's gonna be early, like 9 a.m. or something here. So it's gonna be 3 a.m. or something around that in Europe.
So TD build order once again, but a bit earlier it seems. This time. Okay, the DK is coming out. Hawk is going for the mercenary camp, of course, as he always does on Nomad Isle. Here comes the Mountain King with militia support, and they will finish it off fairly easy, but the DK is nearby.
And he's going for the harassment immediately, of course, as always, trying to steal last hits with the coil. Let's see if he's going to be more successful this time around. Last map he was only able to get one single troll trapper. Oh no, he might get the scrap. It's the big one. Oh! So close. It was like, I don't know, 5 hit points remaining or something after the coil. If Hawk did that intentionally, with such precision, that was really impressive.
That was really impressive. And now he has the Shadow Priest, and he is able to heal up his Mountain King, who lost a lot of HP, so to say. Yeah, what is the DK going to do now? Hawk's not setting up an expansion. I think he scouted about it, but of course you're going for the mercenary camp first. And he can't kill footies with only the DK and 2 skellies, and he can't kill the Mountain King, so there is nothing to kill at the moment. He could go for the wood peasants, but there's a Mountain King nearby all the time.
There's in fact no arcane tower in the main base, so there is a possibility to harass and annoy quite a bit. I mean, you can't really run in there with the DK because you will get bolts around it, and you shouldn't lose too many peasants just from skeletons, but you know it's annoying, it costs some time, it costs some lumber. But his priority is going to be that expansion attempt right here. Acolyte in fact starts the creep camp, so I guess that Frost Armor is being cast more quickly, and one peasant is going to go down to the creep. Yes it is, and it also steals one creep with a coil last hit. And more skeletons to come. The DK is being held back very well. Perfect positioning, always out of bolt range. This is just outstanding play by WFC. Once more kills another peasant. And Hawk actually, no, not abandoning the creep camp, doing the same thing he did on Twisted Meadows. Circling through the militia, sending some back and sending some into the creep camp as well. But also nice positioning of his MK1, has to say. The Deathline always has to be far away. Bash right now maybe in boats around. Boats around absolutely possible if he had moved his footman a little sooner, but he didn't. He wanted to kill the creep camp. I think he last hit that... Oh, he actually last hit the wolf with the skeletons. That should not happen, Hawk. That should not happen.
Absolutely perfect again by WFC. What's the item here? Okay, Gloves of Haste, not that big. But he didn't kill that many peasants, I think just one, and so the expansion... he can build the expansion fairly quick. Oh, he's creeping with his fiends, luring them into the base. No tier 2 yet, but almost.
Yeah, and for now it's just gone to creeping. I don't know if he's gonna keep on with the meat wagons this time. I think you definitely, if you go meat wagons, actually need a, what do you call it, Zeppelin, so you can easily save them, especially when there's no Archmage. As I said before, Zeppelin very, very strong. So I think he should be creeping the Goblin Lab, but that's also not a weak creep spot. Skeleton being sent out to scout. Very low HP skeletons, in fact, so he can kill them easily.
Yeah, and I think he knows...
Oh, perfect timing, they actually expired, wow.
I think Hawk has to know that WC uses a lot of skeletons, and he's still not building an Arcane Tower to secure the expansion. It's a Guard Tower. Okay, they shoot down the skeletons fairly easy as well, but... I think an Arcane Tower would be a little more efficient.
I think an Arcane Tower fairly far in front is always good, so you can also drain the heroes, or at least force them to stay far, far away. But right now I think Hawk is doing a good job of positioning. He's in between his opponent and his expansion and securing it that way. And now he's trying to get a creep camp with, again, this good positioning, being in between those two important areas of the map. And now he's being creep-jacked. The coil must come to get the last hit, but he's not trying to go for it. He's preserving his mana, probably to save his fiends. Nice block onto the footman. Not so hard with the unholy aura, of course, but he's doing it well nonetheless.
No bones round possible with that amount of skeletons here, and yeah, no coil Nova so far. He won't be able to kill it because there's no real follow-up, but he gets the succubus, and it is okay. Wen of Illusion, not that good.
No, that's not what he wants. Frost armor's first again for the Lich, so the bolt surrounds aren't that devastating. And still tier 1 for Hawk, no tower yet in the main. Arcane Vault coming up at the expansion, and he's still trying to sniff out his opponent, where exactly he is, what he's up to. And this is right now the Goblin Lab creep camp, maybe to get the Zeppelin for the meat wagons. Mountain King Zolo, does he have boots? He doesn't have boots. I'm surprised by that. I think he really should get that item at the shop. Oh, almost. That was a footman. I thought it was an unlit unit.
But the Mountain King is trying to get the big turtle, but WC is doing a nice job fighting him off.
This takes some time, this creep spot, but he is gonna get it in the end. But so far, this expansion has been produced and mining without any interruption. And a Wall of Mana Seeing normally very situational and can be kind of bad, but against the Mountain King in particular, I think it's really good.
I think so too.
That's an entire bolt and a little bit more you are draining out of him, and you also get more coils or novas, probably coils, to yourself.
Hawk has a good usage of the mercenaries, 2 priests and 2 berserkers, huge amount of damage and of course huge amount of healing, and this spell here. Nice creeping with malicious support again, so he can creep it so fast here. What item is it for him? One of Mana Stealing as well.
Alright, so they totally nullify each other.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty interesting. By the way, on a side note, did you guys know that you can use the One of Mana Stealing on Moonwells? I bet not everyone knew that. But of course on Heroes it's way better for obvious reasons. Alright, WFC is trying to now apply pressure to the expansion. No meat wagons just yet, but 2 statues and web and meat wagons incoming. And also no Zeppelin for him just now. And then 1 farm in front, we saw that last game. Now again being constructed by Hog. I really like this placement. An Ogre Mauler joining the fray. First bolt hits a fiend, Frost Armor to follow up, and Coil to save its life. And it's taking not much damage. Borrow being used, Dust immediately pulled, and no Coil. I think the cooldown should have been ready, but I'm not entirely sure.
It's definitely ready for now. The Berserker's positioned perfectly. The skeleton as well. Well, here comes the Nova, and now Frostmourne's killing him off. And where did this should come from? Oh my god, the catapult is here. And both Shadow Prince will be dead very, very soon, but WSC is losing the Fiend as well. Lots of usages of Frost Armor, even on the catapult. The Mauler's going down, the Mountain King still 3 bolts inside of him.
Just barely those Fiend's shots killing the Mauler. Perfect anticipation or luck maybe, killing that big guy off. And now of course the Berserker's really good against the meat wagons. I think that's why he's been focusing them so with such priority. Second meat wagon right now coming in. And if I have to say one thing about the flaws of WFC, I really think 1 Zeppelin, it's 240 gold.
Yeah.
It's quite an investment, but I think it's absolutely worth it. I think you should consider getting those. They can be very, very, very effective.
Especially against non-Archmage playing humans, because there's no damage at all.
And even when a Fiend gets bolt surrounded, or just bolted and in bad position, you can just load it up, fly back and load it out somewhere else. And obviously also very good for the meat wagons, as we said so many times before. But alright, he's trying to get by without, and so far it seems to be working, as the Lich already leveled up by killing the Shredder right here. Another coil saves the Fiend, but that was the last coil for a long time.
Blood Mage is coming in again to suck dry the undead. Oh, why is he sucking up the DK? The Lich has a Nova for now. Maybe he's trying to kill the...
Oh, why is he not using a Nova? Well, he was next to his shop, so he could have gotten a potion of healing. Footman or Nova.
Nova
being
right
used.
in time.
So not that much mana drained, and the Blood Mage last game, he died a lot. He also worked well with the strategy. Oh, he's actually blocked. He can't get in there.
Oh.
He doesn't realize it. A shame. He couldn't get inside the base.
Yeah, I think so. So no real damage to the expansion. The economy is working flawlessly. Maybe he had to repair a bit, but that's not a huge amount. Oh, there could be a coil. There is a coil, and the Blood Mage is dead.
That was just careless by Hawk. What was that? Did he... I mean, Blood Mage wasn't by accident in that group. He used the skill of him. But alright, the Lich is now in a bit of trouble. There's no coil, but there is a Nova. Bolt, excuse me. I think this Lich is gonna die, but he's invul! He doesn't use it in time. The Mountain King was really close to it, so using that invul just in the nick of time is pretty damn hard. But still, even though the Lich has died, this force is still formidable. He kills one more Berserker. By the way, where are the meat wagons? Are they...
I think they died.
There's one blue thing up there. A statue.
Oh, there's one.
There's one meat wagon. Alright.
No tier 3 yet. The Lich is reviving, of course. More statues, so he can transition into a Desi push.
And doing the red creep spot with that small army and no Lich and no Rods of Necromancy. In fact, the wizard is summoning his own little skeletons. Jesus Christ, it takes so long.
Yeah, and he's tanking so much. Now he's tanking with the illusions. And Hawk is approaching from above. Oh, Scroll of Restoration for WFZ. That is definitely gonna save him at least one fight, maybe the game.
It's probably the best item that can drop on any map. Like here, there's also this crazy granite golem spot, so that's also something to consider. But yeah, an amazing item. 300 hit points on everything in range and 150 mana for everything in range. So do the math, guys. It's incredible.
Claws of attack plus 6 now. Not that bad for Blood Mage, I guess. And still no Lich, no tier 3, no Orb of Corruption, and no more catapults. Meat wagons. And yeah, no Destroyer upgrade, of course, since they're not tier 3. He was looking for an expansion, I believe, creeping the natural expansion of Hawk. Level 4 Mountain King already, but no banish available, but nice inventory of the MK with a Scroll of Healing, a Potion of Healing, and the Potion of Invulnerability. He's afraid of the Undead Hero nuking.
And they did manage to get up to quite a high level, level 4 and 3 respectively already. Blood Mage still only at level 1, but MK level 5 is actually really important because of the Banish Bolt combo, and getting the Blood Mage to level 2 is not gonna be hard, of course. He's gonna have reached that very, very soon. Still a lot of footmen for Hawk, and he is taking to tier 3 right now. But the Desi push is inbound.
Yep, Hawk still creeping and far, far away from his base and his expansion. He has to TP immediately, and that's gonna cost him 350 gold. So WFC is going to the main base again because there are only 2 towers, and the expansion is fairly well defended here. Hawk is going for mass casters and tier 3. That's pretty rare. First banish here, Bolt. You see it's not able to kill a fiend right away. He has to use it, and now he can't even attack it.
Oh man, these footmen, they have become pretty much useless when the Undead hits tier 3. Oh, coil onto the Blood Mage. He's been dying a lot this game, and WFC wants to continue on with this trend.
Yeah, so he lures him into the expansion where more towers are, and of course where the shop is, so he can use Clarity and Scrolls of Regeneration and and buy potions, of course.
That's a lot of stuff though that WFC has to work with right here. And now the fight breaks out. First Fiend almost killed right at the beginning. By the way, now WFC is finally starting to move away when he's being mana drained. He did it just now with the Lich, but now the DK is too far up front. Now he's going onto the Mountain King, but let's up on him. Next footman dies, of course, very easily now with the orb, as we said before. Bolt onto the DK. He's losing hit points, but not too quickly. There are no Knights or Holy Light to follow up on the damage.
The Breakers are now calling for the Obsidian statues. Nice healing here by the Mountain King. There's no more Nova and no more coil to kill off that little guy.
I think WFC is waiting for the perfect time to use the scroll to have Coil Nova available to himself. Oh, nice bolt dodge with the invulnerability. Again, saving a lot of damage onto himself. The MK needs to be careful. What's he doing? Maybe now the stroll coil Nova, does he need it? He uses the invulnerability potion, so it wouldn't have worked anyways. Now finally level 5. This is what he's been waiting for, the Dark Ranger with a terrible movement. Now the scroll is being used. Very nice timing. And the Mountain King is killed in the process. And this may have just been too much.
Yeah, and he's going for the Blood Mage here. Nova again! And he's just falling into pieces. Both heroes down of Hawk. The expansion is exposed. The main base is exposed. He may be going for the Altar of Storms right here. The Altar of Kings, excuse me. There's only a lot of breakers defending the base in the expansion now. He's going for the Desi push. The Desi has mana, and he's gonna kill the Altar right away.
There's only 2 towers, so probably 2 destroyers are going to be enough to deal with that. 3 are definitely going to be enough to deal with that, I do believe.
He cancelled the MK, so there's no need to kill the Altar. So the Mountain King is back, used the Clarity Potion immediately.
Yes, that he did, but he's still low on hit points and needs to acquire more life. Otherwise, he's just gonna drop to these high-level heroes. It's level 5 DK already, and Lich should be 4. Dark Ranger now level 2. And the peasants are just easy pickings for the undead army, which has become so strong over time.
There are 2 bolts available now. No anti-air. Stormbolt on the Fiend again. He can't. He can only focus on the ground unit, of course. There is another focus on the Mountain King. There's Nova. Where's the coil? No mana, but there's silence, and the silence is enough. Frostmourne hungers and kills off the Mountain King, and that's GG. And that is WFZ's way into the winner bracket semi-final, where he was sadly defeated by Infi, but he has a good style of play against the human players. Hawk did a good job, but WFC was just better.
Alright. That's been it for today for the replay cast, guys. We're gonna go head back to the hotel. Well, first we're gonna look around here, see if we can find some players to interview.